So, maybe I'm an imperialist. Well, didn't see that one coming. Speaking of imperialism, opening trade relations with other countries is actually beneficial. Why not trade with countries outside of the United States? What's wrong with opening up to other nations? And on another note, what's wrong with the blowing up countries that continuously fuck shit over? What's wrong with fucking up Japan after it tries to literally fuck the entire world? I don't see what's wrong with that. I don't see what's wrong with fighting back and giving people what they deserve. Doesn't mean you have to invade every country in the world. I most definitely would not support Syrian rebels, but I see nothing wrong with a general idea of imperialism, whether it's Mongolian, Chinese, British, you name it. The world was way better back when there was larger empires than these tiny countries that exist because the large empires broke off. If the Ottoman Empire wasn't here, we wouldn't have these issues in the independent Arab states, and we wouldn't have issues in Russia and East Europe and the Soviet Union. Those issues exist because of the fall of imperialism. The benefits of imperialism depend upon the period of history, of course. In the 1800s, manifest destiny was the drive of the imperialists. The U.S. was destined to spread from sea to shining sea. And even if it means taking over some Native American territories, fine, that's what happens. Taking over more land would help the economy and provide more land for people to settle in. Nothing wrong with Native Americans living in the empire as long as they can. I really have nothing wrong with that. I would allow them to live in our empire, the American empire. Yeah, America. Taking over more land would not only help the economy, but make us a powerful country. Probably one of the most powerful countries ever. In fact, we're weaker because we do not desire more. We seem to desire less these days. More products could be sold and more raw materials could be provided if we had more land and more materials to take. The Navy could acquire land for coaling stations and stop foreign countries from taking our oil. Many lands in the Pacific and Asia would become strategically important even to our military when it comes to the expansion of freedom across the world. And what's wrong with freedom? What's wrong with allowing countries to be free and giving weapons to countries that support the American way? What's wrong with South Korea or Israel or India, countries that support freedom and oppose this pathetic totalitarian tyranny that we are given on a daily basis? What is wrong with any of that? Are these anti-imperialists really freedom fighters? Or are they just a bunch of pathetic hypocrites that need to shut the fuck up and stop masquerading behind the hippies? And maybe this whole anti-war movement is just a fad created by a bunch of politically correct snobs who believe that their way of life is somehow better when there is no way that this far-left hipster ideology has ever worked anywhere in the world, even in other countries. So maybe you bigots out there, you politically correct piece of shit bigots, should shut the fuck up and read a book for once.